Warning: the following video contains references to substance abuse and graphic depictions of violence and sexual abuse. Viewer discretion is advised. Item Number: SCP-8541. Object Class: Euclid. Explained: Keter. Special Containment Procedures: SCP-8541 is currently contained within a 5-stage containment unit, preventing complete contiguous contact with any sapient concepts. Further containment procedures to be determined. Description: SCP-8541 was discovered by Foundation surface agents following a contemporaneously prominent double murder case in Spokane, Washington, USA, on March 18, 1979. The pre- and post-homicide circumstances suggested plausibly supernatural cause to local authorities, thus triggering Foundation intervention. Assessment of the crime scene by Foundation personnel justified SCP designation and subsequent acquisition. All involved extravale individuals were amnesticized and released from custody. SCP-8541 is the designation for the sculpture Head of Francis Bacon, popularly attributed to William Redgrave. A replica created by Redgrave is currently publicly displayed by the Fitzwilliam Museum, and is considered the original by extravale consensus. SCP-8541 was, in actuality, created by British model and burglar George Dyer. Exposure to SCP-8541 is believed to trigger the manifestation of SCP-8541-A, an ontokinetic influence and/or entity revolving around and directed toward the specified individual. SCP-8541-A's ability to interact and/or exert physical force on its selected host appears to be reliant on physical vicinity to the host, or pseudo-infectious contact through a sentient intermediate. It is the official position of the Foundation that victims are chosen by SCP-8541 at random, and there are no clear indications that consideration is made by the sculpture of personality, biological characteristics, class, traits, personal history, or actions and behaviors from their past. After a review on August 27, 2000, a panel concluded SCP-8541 did not display sufficient signifiers of anomalous activity, and motioned for SCP-8541 and the homicide associated with his acquisition to be recategorized as explained and appropriately jettisoned. Fiscal Relations Analyst Charles Torst submitted a formal request to move SCP-8541 into his personal ownership, with the primary reasoning being stated as an artistic interest in the object. The motion was approved after critical analysis of Torst's private sculpture collection. Post-custodial. On January 26, 2007, Charles Torst began reporting unusual activity within his personal residence. A comprehensive chronological compilation has been included below. January 19, 2007. Context: First incident consisted of what is colloquially described as a cold call from an obfuscated medical insurance company attempting to solicit Torst for enrollment. Anomalous activity was immediately apparent due to the call being received on a recently disconnected landline present in Torst's home.
Hi, I hope you're having a wonderful day, Mr. Torst. I'm calling you as a representative from Vice Concord Medical because, well, we see that you're eligible for some really good plans. And we want to offer some thorough information on our benefits and coverage. For you, of course. Now, I can imagine you're a busy man, maybe, so if you could give us a call back, I would really appreciate it, sir. Just dial this number and ask for Jackson. I can guide you through the process of, hopefully, enrolling in your medical plan with us. Oh, I forgot to mention too, with you, I can see now, what was it? Premius? Right, Mr. Torst. I can see what I can get you, but keep in mind we always have 0 deductibles, so just give me a call. and I can get back to you. Or you can get back to me so we can figure out a plan and get you covered. Right, okay. Have a good call, good night. Sorry, I'll hang up now.
Notes. Caller's voice identified as possibly early 20s. Attempts to obtain information on Weiss Concord Medical yielded no results. January 20th, 2007. Context. Call received on Torst's cell phone. Torst did not answer, but did save the subsequent voicemail, which was included as part of his initial report.
Hi, this is Jackson again from Vice Concord. Just wanted to remind you again to give us a dial so we can discuss your rates and enrollment and all that. If you're interested, that is, we try to provide the best customer service to you. I would like to speak with you. I really would. Our insurance gives flexible coverage that might really help you out. Oh, I did call this number. I really do apologize for that. I didn't consider the times, and we still have a landline here at the office, We called the landline before, but I didn't think of that, the whole phasing out, whatever. So I ended up finding your cell, Mr. Torst, and now I'm calling you. Now, in case it's better through cell, now we can set up a call, you can call me back, to discuss your options here at Vice. And your cell phone, sorry, they're a bit new, sort of. We can cover cancers or something, if they happen. Right. So, give me a call when you can. We have your cell phone now, I can get your call when you call. Thank you so much. Have a great day. See? Got it right this time. Okay, bye.
Notes. Torst began experiencing onsets of distress and paranoia at this point, and submitted an official complaint about the calls. The decision to open an official probe into his complaints was made after vehement deliberation with the final verdict, reasoning that the degree of emotional response to the calls by Torst was anomalously disproportionate to the actual content. January 26th, 2007. Context. Call received in Torst's home.
Hi again, it's Jackson. Jackson again, from Vice Concord Medical. Okay. Just giving a little reminder, in case you missed that last call, to give me another call talk back. Talk to me. Okay. If you can call me back to discuss your options, that would be good. Thank you. Okay, bye. Sorry, and have a nice day. Sorry. Okay.
Notes. Torst blocked the caller with approval from provisional diagnostic personnel. January 30th, 2007. Context. Phone call via alternate number at a sit-down restaurant, one observing.
Hey Charles, just calling again, it's me. Again, to remind you to call us back at Vice about your insurance. Medical insurance plan, so we can enroll you. Please, you won't regret it, just pick up the phone, Charlie. I'm waiting for you to call me back. Have a good night.
Notes. Significant distress, secondary exposure to one individual present, number blocked. February 5th, 2007. Context. Phone call received on cell phone in Torst's kitchen.
Pick up the fucking phone! Sorry, that was too. I'm here to help you out. I know what you need. We got from you what we need to know for the plan. I can make it so easy to enroll in. Vice Concord, great plans, Charlie. Really, it's so easy. Charlie, really, it's easy. Just pick up. Don't make me go to fucking... Sorry, I didn't mean... I lost a bit of... I can do it. I can handle it. Call me. Please? It's easy. You just have to pick up the phone. I'm here.
Notes. Torst was preparing his dinner on a gas stove prior to and during the call. Approximately halfway through the message, the lit burner experienced sudden excess combustion, resulting in a large flame directed primarily towards Torst, who suffered minor burns. In addition, a large telekinetic influence violently displaced the contents of the nearby cabinet and drawer. Notably, the containers flung were also opened, such as supplies of ursodiol, bursamide, and valpuric acid. Torst experienced significant mental distress from this, subsequently motioning to have his long-term therapist move in to provide sustained at-home care. February 14th, 2007. Context: following the kitchen call, Torst had elected to encase his cell phone within a 5-gallon bucket of concrete and cancel service. Torst's therapist, Jennifer Sly, agreed to at-home treatment, which concluded after a 3-day supervisory period, due to improvement in condition.
Happy Valentine's Day! Oh, I bet you think you were so terribly clever. You can't get rid of me like that again. I won't make it easy, not again, no. Vice Concord, Vice Concord, Vice Concord, how can you say no to no deductible? You're a sick man, Charlie. I know you need my coverage more than you don't. Why then? Why don't you ever pick up? Don't you see what it does to me? I'm waiting for you to answer, Mr. Torst. I can do it for you here. You just have to talk. See how many chances I give you? I know you can see me here, Charlie. Staring at the room, screaming at the television. Never thought you'd ever see this face, right? So look into my eyes and see what's there, please. Why don't you fucking answer? You can talk, can't you? Talk! I may be rough around the edges, but these are eyes you can trust. I'm sorry for doing that. Please, understand, you're just... Well, I only want to help you, sir. So call. I'm the best friend you'll ever have. Answer me! I'm sorry. You're on borrowed time, Charlie. You know it, I know it. He'll come for you eventually. Vice Concord Medical can give you what you need. It has to be me. Please.
Notes: notable for being the first instance of a communication to not manifest via phone call. The aforementioned caller, self-identifying as Jackson, appeared juxtaposed with a bleached background of unclear content. Subject is a young adult male, with blonde hair and gray eyes. No other identifying features are present in the broadcast. Torst became extremely distressed upon seeing the transmission and experienced a severe panic attack. Shortly after the start of the broadcast, Torst was violently assaulted by an unseen telekinetic influence. The pattern and timing of the blunt force broadly correlated to linguistic and contextual cues in the speech exhibited by Jackson, now referred to in standard documentation as SCP-8541-A. Following the conclusion of the broadcast, Torst had suffered extensive injury that prevented immediate mobility, and slept on his kitchen floor where he had originally viewed the broadcast. Foundation personnel were not alerted to his condition until the next morning, when Torst called to report the injury. Following arrival and triage, Torst became highly aggressive and erratic upon being informed that he would need to be admitted to a hospital for further medical attention, informing personnel that he cannot leave his house or it'll get worse. After careful deliberation, the decision was made to provide medical attention on site at Torst's residence. At the time, SCP-8541 had not yet been identified as the source of the phenomenon. February 27th, 2007. Context: Torst had been recovering from injuries sustained from the previous call. 2 days prior, it had been theorized with reasonable doubt that SCP-8541 was the most likely cause of the phenomenon. Researchers discovered that ideas of reference and electronics-focused delusions had been clinically significant in the perpetrator of the original 1979 Spokane homicides criminal evaluation, which diagnosed him with unspecified schizophrenia. SCP-8541 was confiscated from Torst's collection and placed into containment. Upon attempting to transport SCP-8541, personnel reported feeling an unusual paranormal resistance when leaving the boundaries of tourist property. However, they were ultimately successful in transporting SCP-8541 off-site. Since being placed into containment, SCP-8541 has begun performing rhythmic, repetitive movements, rocking back and forth. Cross-analysis indicates the rocking roughly corresponds to the half-time of Charles Tourist's heart rate as measured in BPM. Call received through the stereo system in Tourist's converted clinic.
Just fucking answer me. I don't ask for much. I have what you need. Don't do it again. Just come back and call me, Charlie.
Notes: Tourist and attending nurse witnessed the spontaneous and violent manifestation of numerous scratches on the walls of the occupied room. Scratches were deep, causing significant damage, but otherwise superficially resembled the marks of bear claws. In addition, a particular note was a section that specifically etched out "Do the right thing," followed by a phone number. Jennifer Sly was again brought on site to treat the resulting hysteria. March 1st, 2007. Context: Occurred on Tourist television. Jennifer Sly, while present, was in Tourist's bathroom taking a shower, and did not witness the incident, and so was unable to verify the segments of Tourist's speech that were unclear.
What is it going to take to get you to talk? Do I need to be like her? I can listen when I'm not calling all the shit you spew to her, but you can't find time for me? Was that all it took? Really? You're that scared? She's the one who's gonna get you on my plan. Of course I heard everything you tell her. Every little thing. Like how you're better now and over it. And so she doesn't really know. Why, we're the only insurance company actively trying to get you on. Why do you hide it? How are you playing the victim when I'm just trying to... You know what? Fuck that. Listen, we're gonna give you, say, a 2030 premium, and then obviously, no deductible. Please really consider it. You need this. Shut up about it. I don't want any of that. I'm doing this for your own good. You're fucking sick, Charlie. Dying. And won't tell anyone. Is that because you're embarrassed? Nobody has to know about your treatment plan. Nobody. We would never pull out like that, Charlie. We have confidentiality here at Vice. Just, please, don't fucking ignore me. It's killing me. It's killing you too. No. That's not gonna make it ever go away. You'd have to be an idiot to think that. Are you an idiot, Mr. Torst? I don't associate with idiots. And I do really like you. That's why I'm doing this. To help you, because we, Vice, Concord Medical, we really do want to help people like you get better. But that right there, that doesn't make it go away, does it? Maybe. But it doesn't stop me from calling you, and it's not going to stop me from calling you again. It's your decision, sir, but make the right choice. And choose me. Please. I'll be good for you.
Notes: Jennifer Sly abruptly left her shower upon hearing a loud scream from Torst. She arrived to find him convulsing and having vomited a large quantity of blood, resulting from gastrointestinal hemorrhaging. Torst had also begun filing requests to have SCP-8541's object class restored to explained, claiming, "This kind of thing is supposed to happen to people like me," and "It's a natural occurrence, not an anomaly." March 13th, 2007. Context: Torst had been receiving in-depth medical treatment from a team of outside specialists. At the time, the contagious nature of transmission regarding SCP-8541-A's influence was not known.
Charlie, it hurts to see you like this. They've got some good care on you, but it's not as good as what we can do for you. I can do for you at Vice Concord. I mean it. Though, here and there, we both have leagues above what you got working at Steiner, huh? I mean, gosh, wow. Sorry, I got a little... You didn't have much then, right? Says here you paid, let's see, $320 a month? On medical. Wow. Wow. Must have been something in teaching that kept you in it. Maybe you don't remember after all. Wasn't a fan of the people. I'd turn to the bottle too if I was you. But look where it got you, eh? You really want to do something good for yourself. Enroll. Pick me. Choose me. Charlie, look at me. I don't care about any of that. I'm the best deal you have on the table. Ever had. No. You don't understand how untrue that is. With the way things are going and all that damage, I'm the only option a fucker like you is gonna have for coverage. Just think about it, please, Charlie. Please, we need you here. I need you here. Sorry, that was... I'll leave you alone.
Notes. Torst suffered further physical trauma during the call, which occurred through the phone of one of the attending SCP-8541 researchers. Torst's medical condition began to rapidly decay in the following 24 hours, culminating in the first of his kidney failures. May 19th, 2007. Context. In the week following the previous transmission, it was hypothesized through analysis of past incidents that SCP-8541-A's influence was contingent on having had a physical contact with SCP-8541. In response, containment measures were instituted restricting access to Torst's care unit for anyone aside from Torst. Aforementioned measures had resulted in an abrupt cessation of incidents. In combination with injuries sustained from SCP-8541-A, Torst's health has continued to decline, resulting in a significant loss of mobility and quality of life since the previous incident.
I've always thought for a long time what I would say if I ever got another chance, Charlie. Maybe none of this makes sense to you and I'm wrong. I'm just an insurance salesman at Vice Concord Medical, a scammer who needed to make money to buy a bag at the end of the week. Do you remember me, Charlie? Do you remember Tamarack, kayaking at Topakeki? I can never understand how you could tell I secretly liked guys too. I didn't know that I was the one to you then. Do you even remember that night? I've always wondered, screaming loud like a baby in my head every night when I'm alone in my unwashed bed sheets and cockroach-laden bedroom. I really fucking wonder if you remember. If you think about it as much as I do, I tell myself when I start getting too fucking out of control, I tell myself you couldn't remember because you were blackout drunk. You were too drunk. Do alcoholics black out, Charlie? I don't know if they do, so I can't ever really be sure. I want so badly to know if you remember. If maybe you weren't as drunk as you said you were after. If you keep drinking and drinking because you do remember. And that's why you won't tell her you relapse. Maybe that's why you've never told her either. But you know what I think sometimes? Maybe you do remember. Maybe you do remember telling me you love me. Maybe you do remember seeing my cover of a girlfriend pass out on the floor because she mixed the wrong shit. Maybe you do remember me saying no. Maybe you do remember throwing yourself on me. Maybe you do remember taking off my clothes even as I screamed for Alyssa to wake up. Maybe you do remember me saying no repeatedly. Maybe you do remember me realizing Alyssa was flatlined and nobody was going to be around to stop you from pulling down my jeans. Maybe you do remember taking my belt off and trying it around my neck because you said I sounded cute when I was choking. Maybe you do remember ripping off my boxers that were wet with piss because I thought you were going to murder me. Maybe you do remember the sound of my first cry when you smacked me in the backside with your rings on. Maybe you do remember what it looked like when my skin started breaking and bleeding because of how hard you hit it. Maybe you do remember punching me in the jaw because I couldn't get hard for you. Maybe you do remember shoving me onto the couch and forcing me to bend down. Maybe you do remember using a fucking bottle of Patron for it. Maybe you remember how I sounded. Maybe you remember me begging you not to kill me. Maybe you do remember me trying to get away, only for you to beat me down and keep going. Maybe you do remember finishing with me and leaving without ever saying anything. Or maybe you don't. And you really were blackout drunk and had no idea what you're doing. But I remember, Charlie. I remember every single day, every night. I remember when I look in the mirror, when I kiss a girl, when I take a shower, when I sleep. I remember I'm gonna kill myself before 30, and you got to finish your degree and get your retirement and a big house. And you know what the worst part is? I still feel like I can't live without you. Goodbye, Charlie.
Notes: Tor suffered abrupt cardiac arrest during the transmission, but was stabilized by on-site medical staff. It was discovered that one of the staff had previously come into contact with SCP-8541 unknowingly, triggering the incident. Containment measures have been implemented much more stringently accordingly to prevent future incidents from potentially resulting in the death of Charles Torst. Summary: Following these events, SCP-8541 has been reclassified as Keter. In addition, any personnel known to have come into contact with SCP-8541 are prohibited from entering Torst's designated care unit.